Hi everyone, this is Dr. Kevin Prasad. Welcome to another video on astrology and Vastu. Today we are going to talk about the Pithru Paksh because right now the period is going on, and then we'll talk about uh, what is the significance and then why we need to do that. Okay, so the Pitru Paksh started from last Paurnami, right, last Sunday, and it is going to be until next week, this Amavasya, Saturday, Sunday, whatever the date falls on, depending on your geographic location. So this period is otherwise called as, that Amavasya is called as Mahalaya Amavasya. Right, in North India, we call it as Pitru Paksh, this whole 2 week period. So this period is very significant for to pray our ancestors. Underline the word ancestors. So it is not just your parents, even your grandparents, their parents, like all the entire your dynasty. So why you need this is, as per our Sanatana Dharma, right, the philosophy, once a person dies, the Atma departs, and then it will be waiting in the planes, in the one of the seven lokas, for the next janma, next life. Okay. If they attain the moksha, then they will go. If they don't attain the moksha, then they will be waiting to complete their 7 lives, 7 janmas. And then the remaining cycle, like from animals, birds, that life cycle starts. So while they are waiting for their new life, all right, it may take 1 year, it may take 2 years, it may take 10 years, 100 years, 200 years, 400 years also. It really, we don't know, because the whole policy or the philosophy is, it depends upon the vasanas of that particular Atma, right? Vasanas basically means what? Wishes, right? Desires, okay? And plus the karma that they have accumulated, the good and bad, that they have to experience. Okay, please note the word I'm using, experience. So every Atma has to experience the both good and the bad karma. Okay, so that, and your, on top of it, you will have your vasanas, your desires, all need to come together to form a life. So you will not be able to fulfill everything. Your desires might be 100. You may be able to fulfill only 10 desires. And then karma also, you may be having 100 bad karma and then 100 good karma. You may not be able to release all that karma, experience all that karma in one life. That is the reason every human being gets 7 lives. Okay. So that is the whole philosophy, right? So while they are waiting, the Atma is waiting for the next life. This Atma needs energy to survive, to be in that state, continue in that state. So even though the Atma does not have any physical body, but it needs food, energy to sustain. Otherwise, it will have a lot of pain. It will experience the pain. Like how we experience, say, if you don't eat food, right, hunger, you will experience, right, the starving. So like that, the Atma also will experience. So that is why this, during this Pitru Pakshi, it is very, very important that we pray. Basically, you offer food, whatever you eat in your culture, or whatever the ancestors like, right? And then offer it. And then do a small, puja type. That's it. Right? It's not that you have to do a big homa and then you have to invite 100 people and then serve food like that. No, it can be just within your family. If you can invite somebody for lunch or dinner, depending upon your custom, that you can do. But by doing this, the Atma will get energy, right? So what if you don't do this? What happens is over a period of time, that Atma, your ancestors will get angry. Say, for example, you have your kid, you tell something your kid to do, and your kid doesn't do. What happens? You get angry, right? Either you will scold your kid, or you will beat, or you will give some punishment or some timeout or something, whatever it is, depending upon the issue, right? You do that. Just because you are doing that to your kid, it doesn't mean that you don't like your kid or you hate your kid, but you want to teach your kid some lesson, that why it is so important that they have to listen to the elders. So like that, if you do not do this Pitru Paksha during this time, and over a period of time, the ancestors, the Pitrus, will get offended, will get angry, and then they will start punishing. Okay. So then that is why you will see in some families, the horoscopes, everything will be perfect, but some problem will be there. Unresolved issue will be there in the family. That is then this Pitru Paksha, not offering the Pitru Paksha, the Pitrus, these, the ceremonies and this thing, right? That is one of the reason. So that is why it is very, 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 very important. Say, for example, if you are, I mean, again, this is mainly for the male child. Girl child, oh, okay, and say, oh, girl is off the hook. No, you get married and then you go to your husband's family, right? You have to tell your husband and make sure that your husband is doing. Say, for example, your husband's parents, that is the girl's mother-in-law and father-in-law, they are alive. Then you have to tell your father-in-law that, boss, you have to do this to please your ancestors, your father-in-law's ancestors, father and grandparents, like that, right? So you have to do that. The onus is on the girl child also to make sure that this happens. Okay, for the boys, they have to do. If your parents are alive, you have to make sure that tell your parents, and then your parents should do it. That is very, 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 very important. It cannot be, there is no substitute for this. You have to do it. If you miss it and then you didn't do for last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, it doesn't matter. Never, it's too late, right? You have to resume. You have to resume from this today onwards. Like some people might be traveling, some people might be, not in town and things like that. You don't have to do great thing. You have to just keep on small photograph, and then, offer a flower, and then offer some food, whatever food they like, offer it. That's all you need to do. No, you don't have to do big hangama, and then doing all those big ceremonies. Hope you like this video. We will talk about another interesting topic on another day. Thank you.